Talk.
All right, and welcome back to the Be Positive Music Show right here on Holy Culture Radio, SiriusXM channel 154. It's your host here, B+, and let me get you guys caught up to speed with what you just heard on the second quarter set of today's show. Like I said, that was some of the best and brightest in boom bap right now in Christian hip hop. Of course, I started things off with I Wont Bow 2 by Dayton featuring Dax Hama. And of course, that's with the Menace movement. You always know that Dayton is doing his thing there. The next song you heard was The Wheat and the Tares, and that was by Jafia Life. And he's been around this Christian hip hop world for quite some time. He actually just released a YouTube series where he kind of talked about why he never kind of categorized his music as CHH or Christian hip hop. It's very insightful. And it's very educational for those who are even new or been in the Christian hip hop world for quite some time. So I encourage you guys to go over to YouTube, type in Jafia Life, and you will find that series there. So, and then the next song you heard was Ive Been Around. That was by Taylor Gray. Of course, a few weeks ago I did my album review right here on the show of his brand new project entitled Find a Way to Smile Again. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's pep talk. And today's pep talk is talking about the situation that's going on right now with Maverick City Music and Dante Bowe and them putting a pause on their relationship at this moment. And understandably so. You know, there's been a lot of talk from all the big Christian hip hop or just all the Christian YouTube world, and everybody's kind of giving their 2 cents. And I want to give my 2 cents and how that coincides with how I had to go serve jury duty just this week, just a few days ago. So I learned something new when I was there. The case was a speeding case, and it was about someone who's going over 170. But the thing that was interesting about it was the gentleman had his CDL. And here in Texas, I didn't know this, but here in Texas, your penalty will be worse, or it can be worse, if you have a CDL. And that's whether you're driving in your commercial vehicle or not. It's basically just like you're a professional driver, like you should know better. And if you get 2 or more of these serious traffic offenses in a certain period of time, you can have your license suspended for 60 or to 120 days in some cases. And I was just like, wow, like I didn't know that. And just even if he's not in his vehicle, if he's not in his commercial vehicle, it can still get that kind of like that punitive treatment. And like the answer was yes. Ultimately, I didn't get called on to serve on the jury. Thank God, I was very happy to get back to work. They chose 6 people out of the 20, but it was just very interesting just to kind of hear that the responsibility was higher for somebody who's gone through that process. And it just kind of reminded me of our walk with God. And we think about it a lot when it comes to our celebrities. We think about it with our pastors. We think about it with even like our Christian YouTube people who have really large platforms that they have to hold themselves to a certain standard, and understandably so. I mean, if I was like my relationship right now with Holy Culture Radio, like I'm pretty sure that if I was doing something that was that maybe even wasn't like necessarily like this big terrible sin. I know I'm kind of putting a hierarchy on sin. Don't look at this analogy that way. But what I'm saying is if I was doing something that wasn't lined up with what Holy Culture wanted, it's well within their right to say like, hey, we want to kind of maybe pause and maybe reassess kind of like what's going on in this relationship. And I feel like that's understandable. But what I want to kind of talk about really quickly, or just kind of put the idea in your head, is maybe this should be the case for all believers. We should handle ourselves to where our good can't be evil spoken of, and that's Bible. And we should be looking at these celebrities in a way of like, well, they're at a higher standard, so they shouldn't be doing X, Y, and Z. And that's true because they had influence and they can kind of sway the culture. But I just kind of want to just kind of drop that thought in your mind, just to kind of think about like your own walk and how you operate in the marketplace, how you operate in your job, how you kind of operate when you're going and playing basketball, or you're going to your scrapbooking event, or whatever you do to have fun. Like, are you being somebody who they can look to? So that's what I want to share with you guys. I hope you guys just kind of get a little bit from that. So we're going to go ahead and keep things going. I don't have brand new music coming up, but this whole set will be brand new. So I just want you guys to tune in and keep that in mind. This first song, the name of it is brand new. It's by Aha Gazelle. This is the Be Positive Music Show. I am B Plus, and we will be right back.
I feel brand new. I feel brand new.